Hi friends and crafters, welcome to my channel today. I'm going to have a little tutorial for you, and I'm going to be putting this heart-shaped Ferris wheel Memorydex card together. This die can be purchased at scrapdivadesigns.com, and if you use code CAROL10 at checkout, you get 10% off your entire order. I also did use this die right here, but for the hearts, which are the discard only. So I used those hearts to decorate my little Ferris wheel. This die in itself is adorable, especially when it's layered, and I'll give you a sneak peek of my Memorydex card that I made with it. Now, this is so cute, isn't it? This is a Cottage Cuts little puppy, and as you can see, there's lots of layering options with that die. It is so fun and it's really cute, and I use this die more than once. And I have my little Memorydex box right here, and as you can see, it's not decorated yet, but I will show you it when it's completed. I think it'll fit, it's at least going to fit 12 cards in there. Now, if you would like for me to decorate and cover that box on camera so you can see how I can do it, please leave a comment below, and if I get enough comments, I will do a tutorial for covering the box as well. So we're going to start with this Memorydex card, and this is so fun to have it in that box. When you look at it, you're just going to smile, and it's probably not something that you can put a lot of pictures or anything on, but it's just fun to have in the box to look at. I think it's so cute. So let's start with the die pieces that we have. So we have 3 pieces, and the first piece we have is your background to your Ferris wheel, which is this. And you're going to want to cut 2 pieces. The first piece is going to be 110-pound cardstock for the background. And then, of course, if you're going to follow along and do the same thing as me, you could use your gold foil. And you're going to glue these 2 pieces together. This is going to form the base of your Ferris wheel. And I am using Art Institute glitter glue. And have to unplug my little nozzle here. And I know I've mentioned it before, I live in the South, so I don't use a lot of sticky tape because of the humidity here. The things just don't last glued together here with that type of tape. Not happening. I used all different brands and it doesn't work. All right, so you're going to put these 2 pieces together, and hopefully you won't have any spillover on the glue like me. All right, not too bad. I see a little bit here, and yes, that's my shirt. All right. Now we have this piece right here, which is the Memorydex that's going to go into the box. And you're going to need to cut 2 on 110-pound cardstock and 1 on designer paper. And we are going to glue those together. Okay, and make sure they're aligned. You don't want to be able to see that that's 2 pieces, so that it fits in your Memorydex box correctly. And then we're going to put the designer paper on top of this. And see how everything is nice and even. I'm just just going to press down, and I'm going to put it to the side. All right, now you've got your third piece, and this is what goes on top of the base. So you need to cut one on glitter stock if that's what you're using. It depends if you wanted to use regular designer paper, but just cut one of that and cut one of 2mm foam. My 2mm foam comes from Hobby Lobby, and I am still using a Cuttlebug as my cutting machine, and it does cut foam very well for me, and right up to 4mm. After that, my machine won't cut anything thicker than that. So I'm still using a Cuttlebug, I guess, until it actually dies. And then my son gave me a Big Shot for Christmas, so that's what I will be transitioning to at some point. I do like the Cuttlebug because of the footprint. It's small on my desk. It doesn't take a lot of room, but you cannot purchase the C plates any longer. So I just glued that on top of the foam, and I'm gently pushing the foam into place around the heart. And there are holes, you can see that, and what I'm doing is I'm lining up the holes. That's how I can tell that I've got it together properly, that the holes are over the top, if that makes sense. So I'm going to let that dry. Now we have our little cars, and there is room on this, I think, for 12, but I only do 6. And then, as you can see here, there's 6. And then I put the heart in between. I tried to place the whole 12 on there, and for me, I didn't like the way it looked, so I went with the 6. So that depends what you like. Everybody has different tastes, and they're welcome to do the die as they please. So I cut 12 of these little cars, and I am gluing 2 of each little car together. I love dimension in my product, in my project, so I always cut out extras just to make them thicker, because I like that. And you could see here that it makes it a little bit thicker. Your projects are more 3-dimensional when you do that, and I love how that looks. And then I have the little piece that is like a lace piece that is going to go on top of the car. And I'm going to attach that next. And I'm going to align the holes. Now, if you want to, you can attach each one of these cars to the Ferris wheel with a brad like this. I did not do it that way. I attached my cars permanently onto the Ferris wheel, as you can see here. I just wanted them steady or stationary. I didn't want them flopping around, but they would be fun if they did turn around. But in keeping with the original that I did, I'm going to attach these to this heart with glue. Maybe some other time when I do this again, I will do the little brads on there. So I am going to attach each one of the cars to this heart, and I want to make sure, I'm gonna make sure that I'm over the hole, that way I have it centered correctly. There we go. And I'm going every other hole on the Ferris wheel. Now I'm making sure that I'm over that center hole. Since I have the camera right here and I can't look straight down, I'm going to use this. So bear with me. So, how many of you watching still have your Christmas decorations up? I have to admit, I still have mine up. I was a little bit later this year putting up my Christmas decorations, so I decided I was going to leave them up for another week so I could enjoy them, because it took me a week almost this year to put my Christmas decorations up, because I had some things happen with my older decorations. I used to have some white pine garland and it actually didn't light up anymore and it had turned yellow, so I had to go shopping and reconfigure some of my decorations, so I was a little bit later this year. So I'll probably be taking my decorations down next week. All right, oh, there we go. And we got one more. And I want to make sure they're all nice and straight. And that looks pretty good. All right, and I'm going to show you this. These are some little bows that I picked up off of AliExpress. If I can find this, I will leave a link. These are really cute. They're really tiny. And these are what I put on top of the little cars. And I need 6. And this I'm going to put on with some hot glue, just because I don't want them falling off here as we're going along. Oop, oh, look at what I did. All right. Not too shabby. And I'm putting that bow right over the hole so the hole doesn't show. So that's another reason why I did not put the little brad on here, because I like the way the bows looked. This one looks a little crooked to me. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna turn this around like this. In a best case scenario, you can wait between this to dry a little bit before you move on to the next part. All right, we got one more. And next we are going to put the hearts. And remember I said the hearts were my discard from this right here when I was creating with that die earlier. So we're going to put these hearts over these holes in the Ferris wheel. And even though my holes are not centered, I try to cover the hole and center the little heart over the hole. Because you see this, don't know if you can see it on camera, but this hole is right here, which is not the center of that. So I will put the heart a little bit over and enough to cover the hole as such. See how cute that's turning out? Now, if you want to put your heart like this, you can, but I'm going to put mine like I did on here. You see that right there? That's how I'm going to do it. And centered. And so you will have 6 hearts, 6 cars, and 6 hearts for this Ferris wheel. Now we're going to attach this piece to our base. This is a pretty simple die to put together. Has a lot of pieces, but it goes pretty quickly. And the end results are beautiful. Just love it. Love it, love it. And see how pretty that's turning out. Oh, that's so pretty. Amazing. All right, now we are going to attach with a brad. This is just a little brad. You probably all have them in your stash. We're going to attach this to the Memorydex card base. So we're going to put the brad through there and put it through the back of here. And then press the little prongs. Now, if you want to, you could cut another piece of designer paper or another piece of cardstock and put it right over that if you want to, but I'm going to leave mine like that. See how cute that's coming out? Now we're going to put a bow, and this is just a little bow. This is the small fun size bow from my creative time. I'm going to put it right over that, but I'm not going to put any hot glue on top of this brad. I'm going to put the glue on both sides of the bow. That way my brad has the ability to move so that my little Ferris wheel can turn around. So we're going to put that right in the center. Of the Ferris wheel like that, and see, I do have the movement I'm looking for. And then I have a little word that says fun, and this is from a recollection die that I have. I cut it on red glitter cardstock, and I use the 2mm foam to back it. And I'm going to attach this to the bottom of my Memorydex card, like right there. And then I have 3 little gold half pearls that I am going to attach here to coordinate with the gold that is on the Ferris wheel. And then this Memorydex card is done and ready to go into the box. So I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Remember to go on to scrapdivadesigns.com if you would like to purchase this fun die. and use Carol 10 at checkout for 10% off your entire order. So until next time, everyone, happy crafting!